gang of Lane, Carolina. Jackpot time coming at you. It is Thursday morning. How's everyone doing today? I am spry and chipper. We ended our podcast last night just before 10:30, and I woke up this morning at 2:45 and hit the road. Not to brag, but I ain't never been one to sleep for a long time. I like to get up and get at it. Listen, Saturday night, 7:30, South Carolina versus North Carolina. The game is on ABC on Saturday night. You'll know where to follow along with Carolina Jackpot at. I'm going to probably start the live stream about 7:20 or so. Give everybody time to get in. It is going to be over on ABC, which stands for All About the Cocks. At least Saturday night it is. This game, I've already told you about it. North Carolina is still a 2.5-point favorite in this ball game. Guys, this game, it really, really scares me. And this is why it scares me. Number one, South Carolina's an underdog. Let's make no mistake about it. The sharp money in Vegas, the people, the sharps, I'm sharp, you know, man, I'm sharp. The ones who know what they're talking about, they're not betting it on South Carolina right now. They're not laying it with the Gamecocks because that money is not moved. However, all the folks in the industry seem to be picking the Gamecocks. Famously, Josh Pate on his Late Kick podcast on Tuesday night, when asked about this game, well, he wasn't asked about it. He went through a gamut of games. His model liked UNC to actually win by 4.5. He balled his model up, much like you would an essay that you wanted to start over on. Throwed it in the trash can, and he picked the Gamecocks. Went against his own model. And then somebody came up with something last night in the chat and said, well, his model's actually built on some data that collected through the season, so it's really not good until about week 5. Okay, just shut up, okay? He balled his model up, threw it away, and he picked the Gamecocks. Various other YouTubers I've seen picking the Gamecocks. We've got podcasters picking the Gamecocks. Even though we're underdogs. I don't know, man. I don't know. Am I riding too much? Riding a little bit too much on that momentum wave from the end of 2022, and is reality going to come knocking at our door? Because South Carolina got ran all over by Notre Dame in that bowl game. South Carolina got ran all over by Clemson. Have we done anything to shore up the run defense? Yes, we have brought in new defensive line coach Travian Robertson. I think that's going to be a help. Okay, I think he's a better defensive line coach from what I've seen than what I saw from Jimmy Lindsey, who left and went to LSU. We've got Mo Kaba back at linebacker. Our linebacker room as a whole looks better, not just because of that, but because of maturity and better coaching. Added another young man out of the transfer portal, added another young man from high school, Pup Howard, highly regarded, like 4-star kid. So I think that's going to be improved. Is that going to be enough to stop the run? UNC rushing attack last year was pretty decent. Their leading returning rusher is Drake May. And South Carolina didn't do great last year against rushing quarterbacks. Yeah, they had trouble with the Georgia State quarterback in the opener, if you remember all the way back to there. They had trouble with him. They had trouble with Brady Cook from Missouri. Had trouble with Anthony Richardson. So, I mean, they had a little bit of trouble with DJ Ukulele. Hey, the Ukulele picked up a little bit of yardage on them. And I still contend, we won that game, but deep down in my heart of hearts, I know if Clemson's offensive coordinator last year was worth half a shit and it just continued to run Will Shipley in the second half, we'd have lost that game because he's our Achilles heel. Really is. I'll be glad when he's gone, not just because he's kind of punished South Carolina a little bit. Well, yeah, just because he's punished South Carolina a little bit. So if that run defense has been fixed, I'll be happy. And I'm not confident. There ain't no way that it's been fixed 75%. better than what it was. It could be 30% better than what it was, maybe 40, but no, not enough to totally flip the numbers in our favor. We all know that he can throw the ball around a lot. Our defensive backs, I think that that back seven is good. I think O'Donnell Fortune, I think Marcellus Dial, Nick Emenwari, DQ Smith, the young man Keelan Nelson, who will be starting nickel. I think these are all good players, and I think that they're not going to shut down this UNC passing attack. If they can neutralize it a little bit, it'll force him to do other things. But him doing other things is that him running around, because I'm just not sold on us being able to stop that. Now, I have confidence in South Carolina's ability to throw the ball around. I've got confidence that in Juice Wells, I think Nick Harbor could have a nice game if he plays in any significant time in this game. I think the true freshman could do some things. This is a good first team to do it against. Maybe a Miriam Brown could finally break out and do some stuff. If Xavier Leggett can get the ball in his hands, if he can catch it, I mean, he's good. He's had some ball control issues when he's on the receiving end, especially last year. So, and I want to see what Dak Joyner can do. I mean, everybody's ready to see that. I mean, we saw him throw all over that North Carolina defense a couple of years ago in the bowl game. Now it's time for him to run all over it. And he could be catching some passes out of the backfield too. I'm not too worried about Spencer Rattler. I'm worried about just the run game. Are we going to be able to do that? Because if we can't stop their run, they're just going to continue to sustain drives, eat up clock, keep our damn defense on the field. Depth may become an issue. We won't hit the over in points. We won't get enough touches with the ball. And that's how you lose ball games. That's the recipe for disaster. Special teams, I know South Carolina has the advantage there. We got one of the best punters in the nation. Guy should have been up for the Ray Guy Award last year. Ray Guy. What's up, Guy? And in place kicking, Mitch Jeter's solid. And kickoffs are solid as well. The punt blocking aspect, that stuff, that all comes into play too. Your punters, one of their punters are always going to have that in the back of their mind. They're opposing, hey, are they going to block my kick? That weighs on these guys mentally, I'm sure. So I don't know why I keep touching my face. I don't have a problem with drugs or anything. It's just my side of my head's itching. Sorry, that's annoying. I don't know. I've picked South Carolina to cover the spread. I've picked us to win. I hope we do. And I said South Carolina's the more physical team and the tougher team. And I think they're definitely mentally more tough than a lot of teams out there. And I think I think they're mentally more tough than North Carolina. North Carolina had the ACC Coastal absolutely wrapped up last year. And what they do when they had it wrapped up, they promptly went out and laid a big turd against a terrible Georgia Tech team and a North Carolina State team, which is their arch rival, or one of their arch rivals. I don't know if it's them or Duke, but we'll say it's NC State for the purpose of this video. And you lost to them, and you're better than they were. No excuse for that. So that's not. You have to finish the job, and then you go out in an ACC championship game and get your dick kicked down. Weren't even in the game. It wasn't even competitive. Was Clemson that much better than you? They probably were better than you. I don't know that they were that much better than you. I don't think you were prepared to play the game, and that all comes back to coaching. And I think that's where we have an advantage. That was asked last night on a Twitter poll who had the coaching advantage, and someone said South Carolina did. And it was like, there's no way that Shane Beamer's a better coach than Mac Brown. Okay. Yes, I have respect for our senior citizens, and Mac would be one of those. But it's all about your assistant coaches and your coordinators. They're the ones who are out there running the team. They're the ones who are out there grinding, putting in the work. Now, the head coach is just directing the program. Well, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I think we've got a better defensive coordinator than they do. I think that our offensive coordinator, I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I don't know. What we're going to see with Dowell Loggins, we'll find out on Saturday night. Their offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey, was actually a head coach. And so he's ended up as an offensive coordinator now. We'll see with that. I think the trump card that we have in our favor is Pete Lembo. Not everybody has themselves a Lembo. That he's, of course, the assistant head coach and special teams coordinator. So I'm glad he's in our corner. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think about this game. I'm nervous about it. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but I'm honest with my feelings, and I am very, very worried and nervous about this game. I'm confident that we can win. I'm also confident we can get our booty kicked in. So what team's going to show up on Saturday night? We'll find out soon. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Make sure you join me Saturday night for that live stream. We're gonna have fun. I'll see y'all later on. Peace. I'm out of here, and go Gamecocks and go Coach Beamer. Woo!